So I have a question for my fellow beautiful players. And that is, why did you choose in Blades in the Dark the class that you chose? I think it's in Blades in the Dark, we call it like a playbook.
Yeah.
And you get like your own little sheet. And I'm wondering, why did you choose what you chose?
I chose to be the GM because I have control issues.
Okay.
And I don't like when it's not my turn to talk.
You like to choose the whole playbook.
Yeah.
The entire
thing.
playbook.
And largely, it really is. I just don't like it when it's not my turn to talk.
But Kat, it's so good that you're like that,
It
because I
really
think the
is.
rest of us would die if we had to do it.
Exactly. Errol, what about you? Why'd you choose your playbook / what is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Leech playbook, which is a saboteur and technician. And basically, like, you know, it's very mad scientist coded, which was what I was going for.
Yeah.
And, you know, poisons and stuff. And yeah, and then it even has like an ability that venomous. It says secrete through your skin or saliva or exhale as a vapor, like a drug or poison of your choice.
Which is literally, okay, cool.
Oh. Fucked up.
Is that the first ability that you checked then?
Yes, because I was like, that's like my little idea that I want to do.
That's awesome. What about you, Juniper?
I chose a slide, which is a subtle manipulator and spy.
Subtle is not the word I would, use for
Okay,
Valerian.
listen, but that's because of his background, which is nobility / emperor.
Is it basically like you're like the con man? You're like,
yeah, so it says talk your way into trouble, then talk your way out again. Pretend to be somebody you're not, bluff, lie, manipulate to get your way.
Nice.
So that I think is more what Valerian is. And I chose that because it's integral to his like background and kind of backstory and like how he got to where he is or where he was, I guess, when the story started.
Right.
And I just wanted to play a face man. I think they're fun and I like to bully my friends in a safe and consensual environment.
I don't see how that relates to being the face man.
It just has a lot to do with it. So
you're just always bringing that up when it's not relevant. So I wish you'd stop.
Well, I won't.
Noelle, what about you?
Yeah.
I chose the weirdest possible thing. I chose a railjack, which is actually not really one of the playbooks. Technically, it's it's like a supplemental playbook that I think is supposed to be used specifically for like a particular additional, what is it called?
Version?
Campaign that they came out with, like the official Blades in the Dark people.
DLC.
It was a DLC.
Yeah, you downloaded it.
It's a DLC class. Yeah, you downloaded it.
I downloaded it, unlike you guys. So I chose Railjack.
You wouldn't download a class.
Because Railjack is literally like you are on a train, which is what that supplemental thing I think is about. And I really wanted my character to have been on the train for a while, which initially when Kat and I talked, Kat was like, ooh, that's tough. So we had to find a way for it to work, which I think is interesting and good.
Is that why you have no memories?
I don't think so. I think that is just a natural consequence that would already have happened.
Yeah.
So Railjacks they're kind of like two things, which also really fits with Pepper. They're like partially magical and in tune with ghosts, and they're partially like fighters and like strong. And I think I chose a bunch of consort and sway also because I was just like, I know us. Yeah, I know that's what we'll be fucking doing every time.
Yeah.
Even though technically I should be hitting this person over the head. What if I just lied to them instead? We should have just been 3 slides.
3 slides, literally.
Slides on slides on slides.
Slides on slides on slides. What did you guys pick for your special ability?
Oh, yeah. So there's like a list for each playbook. You have a list of special abilities. My first one I chose was the goat-footed one, which was like basically from navigating around on a train, you are really like steady-footed and you can't trip very easily. So I get an extra 1D on certain checks because of that.
That's cool.
Actions, I should say.
Yes, this is not D&D. We must continue.
We don't have
to remember.
checks.
We don't have checks.
We do actions.
We do actions.
We don't have checks.
Action.
We only have cash.
We only have cash and credit.
Yep.
Cash money, baby.
Cash on money.
But
What did you pick, Errol?
Oh, well, I already mentioned my special ability is venomous.
That's
but
right.
It was,
That's right.
It was interesting because, like, I do think I had the idea for Friedrich having the smoke thing before I read the Blades playbook, but then I saw it and I was like, let's mush them together.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. What's Valerian's?
Valerian's is called like looking into a mirror, and it means you can always tell when someone is lying to you.
You should have told me that.
Which I did at the beginning.
I did not.
You need to remind.
Crazy.
You need to remind me of that.
Cat,
That's actually like OP as fuck.
Yeah,
but
gotta,
like,
remember you have that one. That is a really good
I will. Well,
ability.
because
Yeah,
there have
damn.
been times where I'm like, I'm sure, obviously Friedrich, I'm sure lies about things all the time.
Never.
And like other characters too, but I haven't said anything mostly because I'm like, in the moments, it's like Valerian doesn't necessarily care. Like, yeah.
That's
Not interested.
Yeah.
That's definitely the vibe I've gotten is there hasn't been a moment where Valerian has desperately wanted to know if someone's lying.
Yeah. There's been like, I think one time that I've mentioned it, and that's it.
Okay, nice.
All right, everybody. Well, now that we've done the thing we should have done in episode 1, let's play Blades in the Dark.
Hell yeah.
Hello, my name is Kat, and I can only ever be the GM.
Hi, my name is Noelle. I play Pepper, and she can only ever be the real Jack.
I'm Juniper, and I play Valerian, who is a slide, and he's always going to be sliding.
And he's never gonna stop.
End statement.
Yeah.
That's always my favorite, Juniper, is when you realize you get to the end of a sentence, but you weren't planning for that to be the end. You just ran out of words.
I was hoping that by the time I would get to the end of the sentence, a joke
You'd have
would
something
come
else
to me.
to say.
And it doesn't, and then I have to just stop it there.
You just gotta let it lie.
That's how
Let
they
it
get
lie,
you.
He's
bro.
always be signing.
Let it lie.
All right.
Hi, I'm Errol. I play Friedrich Weiss, a leech, and that's it.
Okay, so last time we did downtime, which is the blade stage that always comes after a score. During that, Stella, the woman that Friedrich Busblo did, arrived at your lair to offer you a deal with her group, the Hemlock Hands. So now you're on better terms with them. However, she let you know that your heist was on another gang's turf, the House of Ma, and you'll have to pay them because you crossed them. So you're not on such good terms with those guys. As part of downtime, you guys leveled up. We calculated some of your various reputation points that are going to affect things going forward. We healed some of your harms with Nurse Debbie, who you all equally loved. And you all each indulged your vice to relieve some stress. Friedrich experimented, Valerian shopped, and Pepper tracked some mysterious stuff inside her coat. So that is where we left off. We finished up downtime, and now we are going to start on free play. So, free play. So,
Free play.
Before the train comes into station at the next world, do you guys have anything you want to do around NEVERNOWHERE? Anyone else you want to go see? Any places you want to visit? People you want to learn about?
Valerian's in the room. He's hung up his red cape on the door because, like you said, Kat, it just makes him want when he's wearing it. And he has procured a tape measure that has horses on it instead of numbers. And so you have to diligently count every single horse to know exactly what you're measuring. And it's really fucking annoying, but it's all that he has. And he is taking measurements of the entire area to prepare to get booby traps installed next time.
Valerian, there is a knock on the door as you are measuring your room for booby traps.
Valerian curses because he's lost count.
And on the other side of the door, there is a smiling porter wearing the traditional blue uniform, white gloves, and she pops in and she is carrying a door under one arm.
And Pepper is behind her strumming her lute, and she says, "I'm here."
Yes, welcome. Do you
I brought
count?
my
Can
door.
you count? I see. You put it wherever, anywhere. I'm not particular. Pepper, can you count?
I can count.
Okay, I need you to count these horses for me, please. And Valerian
sure.
points.
And the porter just, it's sort of like a unrolling like a poster or something, where she just like puts the door against a wall and smooths it all around with her hands. And she knocks twice and opens it, and it opens into Pepper's room.
Yay! And it's like, and like a
look
little
at
bit of
that.
water from the flood. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah, and there's a little spill of water from the canal comes in.
Get that out of here!
my room is so nice. Can you believe it? Anyway,
It's not.
3, 4
not.
horses, 5 horses.
And
6
as you're
horses.
counting horses, there's another knock on the door.
Yes, come in. Everybody's here.
Friedrich walks in with another porter behind him, and he's looking uppity and sanctimonious as usual. And he says, "Oh, Pepper, you're here already."
11 horses. Hi, Friedrich horses. Damn it!
Don't talk to her. She's counting.
Well, I figured that this room is a very valuable asset, and I didn't feel comfortable in trusting the safety of it to you, so I've decided to attach my room as well for the time being.
Yes,
Our
yes,
doors
you're
can
very
be next
strong
to
and
each
smart.
other.
Now,
Wait,
wait,
what
hold on. We need to clarify something because I am not sharing my bathroom. Do you all have your own bathrooms in your rooms? You better. You won't have mine.
Wait, do we?
I have a small bathroom.
You have one small bathroom. You guys can decide whether you have bathrooms or not.
I'm imagining it's like one of those bathrooms where like you can step into it and that's it. There's like literally a toilet like next to where the shower is and there's no dividing.
Yeah, I think
it's
it's
like-
actually, it's even smaller than that. The shower head is over the toilet.
Okay. yep.
So, yeah. So, to be fair, I am not making this up. I have been in a bathroom like this.
Yeah, I have as well. So yeah, it's like the smallest bathroom imaginable. And so Valerian's he's not going to share.
Pepper has a toilet, but she doesn't have a shower, and she's fully planning to use her shower, but she just not.
Don't let him find out. Don't let him find out. And he'll know if you use his shampoo because he needs a lot of it.
Yeah, I feel like Friedrich's room probably isn't much nicer than Pepper's, so probably a similar situation. There's a sink and a toilet, and that's it.
Shared showers probably for the block.
Yeah, I think especially in Candle Hall, there's like a dorm style shower facility
Yeah.
that you have access to.
The shitty shower is like a luxury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Like
But
Nod's
Valerian
room.
does not want to share.
Yeah, Nod's room is, as small and tiny as it is, actually a pretty nice space
Yeah.
for this train. So,
Friedrich says to Valerian, "As if I would sully myself by using your personal facilities." But in his mind, he is already thinking about finding a time to use your shower.
Valerian says if you go in there and you take a big shit and you stink it up with your little smoke, I will not be pleased and I will know you're in there. I'm going to put devices in that bathroom to monitor activity.
Sir, I have never met anyone who spoke with such a crass manner, who claimed to be a former emperor.
I've never met anyone who claimed to be a former emperor. Pepper goes back to counting the horses. She's at 45.
Are you counting them aloud?
Yeah, 45 horses, 46 horses, 47 horses.
What on earth do you have her doing? Friedrich says to Valerian.
She's measuring for booby traps. We have to install them.
51 horses.
You need to take measurements to install your booby traps?
Beautiful horses.
Yes. If you don't know how big of a space you have, what if you install a booby trap with a hanging knife, but the swing is too much for the momentum and it crashes into the wall? You've got damage in your walls then, as opposed to just the person you're trying to slice in half. You have to have measurements.
Pepper is now just like playing a song.
Pepper, focus!
I forgot what I was doing. Sorry.
Friedrich rolls his eyes and says, "Well, I suppose if you can't measure distances accurately with your eyes."
And I can't.
Deep cut. I would never presume to have such an ability, and anyone who does is lying to themselves.
"We'll see about that," I say, and I pull out a notebook and I start looking around so that I can draft some booby trap concepts.
Valerian goes over to Pepper and says, I've handed your job off to someone else, so you don't have to worry about counting anymore.
Oh, what a relief.
Yes, we have a very eager beaver over here.
oh, Valerian master manipulator.
While Friedrich is accurately measuring distances with his eyes,
Yeah.
he's multitasking and he says to Pepper, "So, that thing you did back in Aphatrea, how exactly was that accomplished?
Oh, well, I disguised myself as one of the contestants. And
No,
I said you were my dad.
I'm talking about the energy that you summoned. The way that you brought us through the floor.
Right. Have you never seen anything like that before?
Certainly not.
Oh, you must be from one of those worlds.
Those worlds? What do you mean?
Yeah, well, it manifests differently in different places. In my world, you can do that sort of stuff through the power of music in general, I guess. Some places it's just magic, some places it's energy. On the train, it's ghosts. So sometimes it helps to think of them as the ghosts of people. And I think that's kind of what it was in Aphitrea too. That tends to be the most common one.
Pepper, you noticed that Friedrich, like when you initially started talking, like his eyes were very bright and he was very attentive. And then as soon as he heard like the words magic and ghosts, like you see like his eyes just sort of glaze over and he says, "Oh, thank you, Pepper. That was very enlightening."
Well, what were you expecting?
A scientific explanation, perhaps?
Well, maybe you can find one.
Well, I'm certain I will. But if you do have any other insight to offer into the process, you will let me know.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, not that I'm not grateful. What you did was impressive, and you really did save us all. So I have no doubt that with your abilities and my research, we'll be able to make some breakthroughs.
Pepper's eyes get huge and they're like kind of like glassy. And she grabs onto both of your hands with her hands and she says, "And we'll be like the best of friends."
And Friedrich looks so uncomfortable. Like his eyes are like darting around. He does not know what to do. And he kind of like tensely extricates his hands from your hands and just gives like a very stiff pat on top of your hands.
No, come back. If you want to hear like a song, you can see the ghosts. They when I sing, they come closer.
Really?
Yeah, they always do.
Yes, Pepper, I should like very much to see that.
I don't know if I'm allowed to play in here though. I got told by a tall woman that I'm not allowed to play music anymore. And she like looks around.
Valerian has completely stopped listening to anything you guys are doing. He is like lounging on the bed, reading a book and eating grapes. And he chimes in to say, "Friedrich, make sure you're still measuring with those good, accurate eyes of yours. Music is allowed in this room."
And Friedrich snaps back, "Don't tell me what to do."
I didn't tell you to do it the first time. Just want to make sure you're gonna prove yourself to me. I'm so skeptical about your abilities.
You're skeptical about my abilities. Tell me, exactly, what did you accomplish during our previous hike while I was sabotaging challenges and Pepper was summoning ghosts?
Pepper, are you gonna play the music?
Yeah, Pepper gets out her lute. And as she strums, she's like, "I've been working on this one really, really hard, and it always makes me feel happier, you know, when I'm feeling down, so I hope it does the same for you guys." And then she starts playing. Time, my dear, it turns like a wheel and burns, my dear, like red twisted steel. 500 seasons and still I'm the fool, covets the bygone and mourns for the hewn. In other worlds maybe we fought and we stayed, here only shadows and stains. Do you like it?
Oh, that was beautiful, Pepper.
Friedrich has been watching you with rapt attention. I'm curious, did anything ghost-related happen as you were playing?
Did anything ghost-related happen as I was playing, Kat?
I think as Pepper was playing, the room got significantly colder
Like the temperature dropped by a couple of degrees. And Friedrich, you could just sort of barely see coming through the walls like a very misty shape. But because the song, Pepper didn't play for very long, as soon as she stops, everything sort of disappears.
Did you see the ghosts? They always show up. I saw like at least 4 ghosts.
And Friedrich, as you look at him, like he's got the German math lady brain face, and he sort of is whispering to himself, and he says, I will be able to achieve things never dreamed of in this world.
What do you mean by that?
Pepper, we're going to research your musical abilities, and we're going to find the source. Maybe it could even be connected to my vapor.
Oh, is vapor like ghosts in your world? Maybe you don't come from one of those worlds after all.
Well, ghosts aren't real, so it's not that.
You just saw them.
I think ghosts are very real. It was in the room.
Look around, Friedrich.
It's an unexplained phenomena, but with my intellect, I'm going to learn to understand it, even harness it.
Your gas is an unexplained phenomena, but that doesn't mean it's not real.
It's called vapor.
Your butt's an unexplained phenomenon. I high-five Valerian.
Oh yeah, Valerian high fives you guys.
And Friedrich, you can tell he's kind of retreating into his own mind as he stares off into the middle distance.
Oh, Friedrich, you will be challenged by more things than ghosts in this world. All right, so you guys have these few days of quiet, sort of, as the train travels through the void between worlds. Catch your breath, maybe prepare a little bit better for your next job. You work on your synergy. You maybe do some team building exercises. Like
Pepper is organizing those.
Yeah, right. Like booby trap building 101, team building exercises. Nothing usable comes out of it yet, but you are all feeling a little more synergized, a little more team built. When the train does come to a stop, none of you are yet used to that sickening jello going splat feeling as it comes into station. But you do notice that there's a little bit of commotion among the bluebirds. The train's scouts scurry off to see what awaits them outside, and they come back very quickly. They're covered in ash or maybe dirt when they come in. You can see that they've all tied bandanas over their faces, and then the ones who go out next, they don full coverage suits and masks. When they do come back, their faces are grim and they shake their heads. The rumors reach you before the official announcement does. A dead world. You hear from other people that this happens sometimes. The train pulls up to a world just after it has encountered some sort of massive tragedy or apocalypse. It's not something that happens frequently, as the train seems to seek out lively worlds where its passengers can perform and gather people and mementos, but sometimes its timing is a little bit off, and the circus pulls in a little too late, and all of the people are gone. When the announcement does come, it is made by an older girl in her teens. She is gangly and tall, with reddish-brown hair that's cut in a choppy bob, and a thick layer of freckles over her nose and cheeks. A huge St. Bernard walks next to her and sits down as she picks up the frog megaphone. Someone nearby whispers, "Uh-oh, if Captain Jean is making the announcements, then the rumors are definitely true."
I'm sure most of you have already heard by now, but this is a dead world,
she says. She's cutting straight to the chase, and the room erupts into murmuring. The dog by her side barks once, and everybody pays attention again.
My bluebirds have searched both above and below the city, looking to see if there are survivors, but it appears we've arrived just a few days after a catastrophic blast has leveled the area. From what we've been able to gather, we found that this was a technologically advanced world, and it appears everyone blew each other up at more or less the same time. It's one of those mutually assured destruction scenarios, so if there's any people left in this world, they are far away from the city and probably not in the mood to go to the circus. I've spoken to the porters. They've informed me that we will remain stopped for 2 days. If you want to go sift through the rubble, then the local fashion is full coverage PPE. The soil is toxic, as is the ash falling from the sky. I don't recommend leaving the train unless you have proper protections. If you do go out there, make sure you go through the full decontamination procedures when you come back in. The costume department is already set up for it, so don't try to skip it. We will not be taking any further questions, and all bluebirds are ordered to remain inside the train for the remainder of our stay here. That is all. And then she and the dog descend from the stage, and the room erupts into noise. People are tallying up what they have banked in storage, and there's a good deal of fretting. NEVERNOWHERE is a city that is built on import, and it seems that an interruption in that flow of goods is a cause for alarm. As the three of you are standing there deciding what to do next, a porter comes up and taps you on the shoulder. "Hello," they say with an empty smile.
Hi.
"I have a message for you from the head office. The ringmaster asks that I inform you that this counts as a stop for the purposes of your deal."
But
I thought it would.
Yet I expected that as well. Okay. Do we want to go sift through the toxic garbage, or do we want to rob somebody?
Well, the bluebirds said they won't give us any more information, so I don't know how we're supposed to find a lead out there.
Well, we sift through the toxic garbage.
I've sifted through toxic
Yes, but I don't
garbage
wanna
before.
I have too.
Wait, what?
Many times.
Well, this isn't the first dead world I've been to. And last time I wasn't even, in the train, I don't remember it very well, though.
Many places in my homeworld had toxic fallout from magic, and I grew up near one. We play it all the time in the toxic garbage.
Well, you were probably fine because magic isn't real. But circling back to what Pepper was saying.
One of these days. Friedrich.
Pepper, you said you've been to a dead world before.
Well, yeah.
How was your luck in finding mementos?
I mean, I never have found a memento before until, last time when we found mementos.
Okay, so profoundly unhelpful.
There was nobody to play music for. So I didn't, get any money or anything for fares. And I'm assuming all the dead worlds are different. The last one wasn't exactly toxic. It was just, dead. Full of ghosts, though. We could ask the ghosts.
Oh, there's a good idea. Lots of dead people around after apocalypse or local tragedy.
So how does one ask the ghosts?
Well, I think you've seen me talk to ghosts many times, Friedrich, at this point, right?
Don't listen to him, Pepper. Let's just call the ghosts. We'll have a conversation. Friedrich can learn and write in his little notebook.
Friedrich looks so mad because that's exactly what he's gonna do.
I mean, we could do that. We probably can't talk to the ones outside the train unless we go outside the train, though.
Yes.
Well, they did say they have equipment for us.
I'm all for it.
Me too.
Unless you have someone in mind that you want to rob.
No, I think later, definitely. But right now, I think we've pissed enough people off. I think it would be a net negative to rob someone at this point.
So your judgment does have some limits.
I don't catch your meaning.
Nothing. Let's go out there.
All right, you guys get suited up in full PPE. I'm talking white coveralls, big personal protective equipment energy.
Hazmat.
Total hazmat suit vibes. You've got respirators on.
Do we have Geiger counters?
They don't give you Geiger counters, no. But
Okay.
We don't even know what kind of fallout it is, though. It may or may not be radioactive.
That's true. That's true. Pepper, how are you planning to play your music with full hazmat suit on?
Actually, you know what I think she would do? I think she would resort to using her lute more as a drum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then she would just sing a little song.
Okay.
Hell yeah. So we get
You
suited
guys
up.
get suited up. The circus has still unfolded as it always does, but obviously nobody's in the circus. So there's just performers milling about. People are just kind of trying to make the best of it. Somebody's putting together a party. It's a dead world party, and they're putting it together in one of the main performance spaces.
So everyone at the party has to be in the hazmat suits, I assume.
As long as you're in the circus, you're fine, but as soon as you get out of the circus, you have to be totally covered up. So once you're in the circus tent, because the circus tent is not necessarily in the world,
Okay.
it is part of the train. It is not part of the world that it is in. So, as soon as you guys hit the exit, you are in the collapsed rubble of this dead world. There is something about it that feels familiar, the same way something about Aphatrea felt familiar. The layout of the streets, what is left of them, some of the buildings maybe. You can see echoes of the cities you've been to, but this world is gone. The sky is an eerie shade of dark red. There is a constant, fine mist of ash that is raining down on you.
Do we see anyone else who's like out here trying to scavenge?
Yeah, you see there's a small group who came out ahead of you, and there's about 6 of them, actually. So compared to you, a large group. And they are sifting through the rubble with like shovels, and they are just trying to shift rubble to get down into one of the buildings. And you can see on their PPE, they all have a little like badge on their PPE that has a rat on it.
Rat.
Okay.
My people.
Mhm.
Oh, Kat,
Mhm.
speaking of my rat.
Yeah.
Hashtag my rat.
Is there a suit for him?
Is there a suit for your rat?
Is there a suit for my rat?
Yeah, actually, there is a suit for your rat.
Hell yeah.
My rat's coming with us, you guys.
Hell yeah.
Little
Yep.
rat in the
I mean,
little cage.
I'm gonna train this rat, I think. That's gonna be hold on, I need to write that down.
Train rat.
Good idea. Good to have a trained
Yeah,
rat
hell
on your
yeah.
side.
Should we try and kind of like drift near the rat folks and see like if we overhear anything from them? Or do we want to just like set out and try and find our own place to pillage?
I would want to go over to them and talk to them.
So as you approach, a man goes, "Hey, who goes there?"
Oh, it's just me. I'm coming to say hi. I saw you had rats on your patch. Look. And Valerian points to the rat that's in his cage wearing a PPE suit that's made for rats.
And the man sort of leans down to look at the rat, and then he peers through your face mask and he goes, it's you. You recognize through his face mask, it is Jovis Grist, the member of the Piper Lords.
Is that the guy that was trying to steal?
Yes.
That's trying to steal the room.
Yep. Yep. And he looks at you and goes, "Have you come to join a more successful group? We're still interested in that little room of yours."
Not necessarily. I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm kind of annoyed that you guys have taken my IP, but I just wanted to say hello, be friendly. So good luck on the hunt. I'm still considering your offer. You okay? Oh, bye. And Valerian leaves because he didn't know that it was the fucking Piper Lord. He goes back to you guys and he says, "We don't mess with those guys. They're the ones trying to take our fucking house and my copyright on having a rat."
That's them?
It's them.
I don't think you can have a copyright on owning a rat.
I have one. I'll show it to you later. It's real.
It seems real.
Pepper, with your arcane senses, the air is thick with ghosts. You feel cold and clammy all over, and even though the ghosts are incorporeal, you feel like you are pushing through a dense crowd.
She is like feeling pretty weird. She's been ghost touched, so
Yeah.
being surrounded by, I'm assuming, billion ghosts.
Billion ghosts.
Billion ghosts.
She like taps out a rhythm on the back of her lute. Can I make like an attune roll?
Yeah, I think you will, but you'll do it with what I think less effect.
Yeah, less effect.
Yes.
What she's trying to do is she's trying to find like an area where the ghosts are the thickest.
Sure. I will say this is going to be limited effect because you are injured, you're ghost touched, but it will be controlled because there are no real consequences if you fail.
Wait, does Pepper have 2 level 1 harms or?
No, it's not. So that's not how it works. If you have one in level 1, whatever that is, you have less effect in. So like I'm in ghost touch, so I have less effect in ghostly related things. Like if you had a twisted ankle in level 1, you would have less effect on
Running.
On running.
Oh yeah, then my other thought was just as you're doing this, I assume like first we kind of get to a place where we're out of like the sight line of the Piper Lords.
That makes sense.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because we don't want them fucking like getting in on our shit.
Yeah.
Scoping all our
We'd
ghost
go down
knowledge.
another little
Rats.
street between the crumblies. Okay. I think I just get to roll 1.
Okay.
So I guess I'll do that. I got a 2.
Oh, I think that is not a success.
Damn.
If you want to roll again, you can roll again in a risky position. It'll be risky limited.
Okay, so there would be an effect if I fail.
Yes.
this time.
Is there anything that we can do to like assist Pepper?
I mean, if this is our only thing, what if you guys both used distress and gave me 2Ds?
Oh.
Is that not worth
Yeah.
it? I just feel like this is our
I'm
only
fine with
lead,
that.
so like we should like have it work.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Your precious, precious stress.
It's not too hefty of a cost.
Nah,
Nah.
fuck it.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Hey, if you get traumas, that just means you have something else that you can play into to get experience.
That's true. And as long as we don't take 4 trauma, we don't have to die.
Exactly.
If
Yeah, you'll be fine.
they're giving me this stress, I would kind of like to like shift my aim a little bit then
Okay.
to not just finding where the ghosts are the thickest, but to find like where the ghosts have centered the most like emotion.
Ooh, very good.
Is there
Okay.
anything that we should do like in game?
I think you guys are going to have to help with Pepper's song.
Oh. Okay. So Pepper, she's knocking and she's kind of like humming and she just kind of like gets her brain scrambled by it. She gets a little like dizzy and woozy and then she can't really figure out where to go. So she stops and then she looks at you two and she says, music is more powerful when it's more than one person. Do you guys know how to like sing or maybe like do you know how to play the lute? She holds out her lute.
I can play the violin.
Oh.
I don't have one with me.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no music.
That's stupid. You
Full
don't bring your
talent.
violin around. You have to well, you're from one of those worlds, I forgot. It's okay. You don't know how to do anything, Valerian?
No,
Valeria knows how to do nothing at all.
I was never trained formally as a child due to growing up next to the toxic waste fields. So
Oh.
there's no
You guys didn't
music.
You guys didn't clap or like snap or like
I
stomp
mean,
your
I
feet.
could try to clap. I could slap Friedrich
Don't do that.
I don't see how that would be helpful.
a couple of times in like a rhythmic fashion.
No. Why don't you just tap your toe and Friedrich, if you could pluck this string, and she hands you her lute
All right.
Okay.
on the offbeat, and I'll sing a little song, and we'll try this again.
All right, a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Please, God. We gotta get something. All right, I did get 1 6.
We got 1 6.
Yes!
All right, so it's a success with limited effect. You are listening to the voices of these ghosts, and Friedrich, again, it's the temperature drops, and you can see like your breath fogging on your mask. And in your unbelieving heart, you only see just the faintest echoes of these ghosts. But you do see something that you cannot easily explain. And Pepper, in your believing heart, you see the ghost of a young girl make her way out of the crowd, and she grabs your hand and starts to lead you down the street
Oh.
back the way you came. And as you walk along, you hear a cry of triumph from the Piper Lords.
God damn it.
And they have pulled something out of the rebel. And she points at it, and she has the most heartsick expression on her face as they pull from the rebel a scroll that was wrapped in some sort of protective wrapping. And then she fades away.
Oh.
Did Valerian see that as well, or what?
Oh yeah,
what is
Valerian,
he-
you in your medium believing heart, you saw it, but not as
not as vividly.
vividly as Pepper did.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been following along with Pepper, and I see that the fucking object that we've been led to is one that the Piper Lords are excavating. And I say, were there no other objects with sentimental value in this entire city?
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe she was just leading us to the closest one. We could.
Could she come back? Do you have her on the magical communication device speed dial?
I mean, I feel like she's just gonna lead me to the scroll again. Isn't there any way you can figure out how they found that thing?
What, me?
Yeah, my music's all messed up since Aphatrea anyways.
Well, You guys want to join the Piper Lords?
Oh, hello, dear listeners. How are you, my sweet, beautiful chickens? Rise and grind. Let's crack those eggs. I had a really good egg sandwich for lunch, so I'm riding high on that egg energy, pure, strong egg energy today. All right, so let's get into the mid-roll, my sweets. First, do you like us? I hope so if you're listening to this podcast and listening through the mid-roll. If you want more of our antics, then you need to be watching our bi-weekly live-streamed YouTube show, Riverdale Roulette, wherein we are attempting to figure out the plot of the hit CW show Riverdale by watching every episode out of order. It's a lot of fun. We're having an absolute blast with it. So if you're not already checking that out, please go ahead and go over there. We're live every other Monday. And if you don't catch it live, the VOD is just as fun. And if you do stop by, make sure to say hi in the chat. We've got a really fun chat community who come to our live streams. Really good group. So make sure you check that out. Now, I would also like to thank our Patreon patrons. You guys are my favorite. Just in general, I love you all so much. Every single one of you brings light and love to my life. And I just cannot thank you guys enough. Thank you to our newest Patreon patron this week. That is Shannon. Thank you so much, Shannon. We appreciate you. Next, I have a Spotify comment from the last episode to respond to. If you would like to get shouted out, make sure you're commenting on our Spotify drops. That is the current avenue for getting onto this show. So this one it's a twofer actually. So I'm going to shout out Bean_boy the best and Phoenix who responded to them. And before I get into their comments, I need to issue an apology because in the last episode, I talked a lot about how I was a big New York Times mini crossword head and it was my favorite and I loved it and I did it every day. And then literally, I don't know, like 3 days after we recorded that, New York Times put their mini crossword behind a paywall. I am crushed. I'm livid. I'm not surprised because it's the New York Times and they're not, the greatest media company in the world. However, dear listeners, Bean_boy the best and Phoenix have some suggestions there. So Bean says, Dear Larks, if you don't want to pay for a subscription to play crossword, parentheses New York Times, you bastard. And aside here, I agree. What horrendous bastards. I'm so mad at them. Anyway. The Washington Post also has free games and a free crossword. That way you don't have to pay for newspapers, especially ones that have iffy stances. And Phoenix responds saying, I usually do the LA Times. Thank you to you both. I personally am not a fan of the LA Times crossword. I find it to be a little bit too ivory tower. I don't know. They make a lot of references to like opera. Like who is the baritone at this one specific opera? I'm not very good at those, so I don't like them. However, thanks to this comment, I started doing the Washington Post mini crossword, and I'm back on my crossword groove. So thank you so much to our crossword heads out there. If I'm just saying now, I guess, if you know anyone who works at the Washington Post crosswords, get Legend Lark as a clue. And I don't know, I'll send you something. Lock of my hair. I'll send you a lock of my hair if you can get Legend Lark into the crossword at the Washington Post. That is a promise. Okay, next, I just want to shout out, as always, our social media. If you're not already following us there, that's where you can get announcements on when we're doing our live stream Riverdales, when we are posting episodes, if we have any new merch, all sorts of sweet and spicy and salty and savory and even a bit umami. All that stuff is over on Legend Lark Pod, on Tumblr, on Blue Sky, on Instagram, on Reddit, on TikTok, on YouTube. And if you are a Discord pal, make sure you're on our fan-run Discord. They do a great job of it over there. It's a really fun community. You can discuss all of your NEVERNOWHERE theories. You can discuss whether you think Dawson's going to make an appearance on the train. We'll see. We'll see. I can neither confirm nor deny. And finally, let's do a message to Chantel. Chantel, it is almost October. It is October when this is airing, so it is October now. I know that you have been gestating inside the giant pumpkin in the pumpkin patch for the last several weeks. And I am sure that by the time you hear this, you will have emerged bigger, stronger, more spiced than ever. So, Chantel, the code word is Frakes Ashley. The sleeper agent is active. Go. Okay, so it sounds like you have a target, so we will now be moving into the information gathering stage. We're not making plans, but you're figuring out your angle, and you'll need some information before you do that, whether you decide to rob the Piper Lords or join them or betray them or whatever.
I wonder if we could find a way to infiltrate the Piper Lords and then betray them.
That's more what I was thinking. Yeah.
So you three come in from the wasteland outside and you go through the full decontamination procedures in the costume department. You are blasted with hot water and scrubbed down by costumers in biohazard suits before you are given back your street clothes and sent off into NEVERNOWHERE. So who wants to go first with their information gathering?
I think Pepper would want to ask Stella, the lady that we blew up, imprisoned, freed, saved, killed, rescued.
You have a complicated relationship with Stella. Yeah.
She gave us information about stuff and was kind of being friendly and trying to help us. Why did she say she was doing that again?
Her boss wanted that diadem that you guys stole.
That's right. And currently her boss has it.
Yes.
Okay, that's right. And we have
we have money.
And we have money as a trade-off.
Yeah, you have collateral money right now.
Okay. Yeah, I think Pepper would want to find her and ask her what she knows about the Piper Lords.
Okay, so you go to find Stella. You ask around and you find out that the Hemlock Hands are based out in Sweetwater. And so you head out to Sweetwater, and the vibe of this neighborhood is just so nice. You enter through the largest green space on the train city of NEVERNOWHERE, the Arnaud Gardens, where the plants of 1,000 different worlds are cultivated and grown. Some of it is food plants, some of it is not, but there are lots of gardeners working here, and then a lot of people who just stroll through the gardens because it's a beautiful place to go. The Hemlock Hands have a shop that is set up just outside the gardens, not too far into the district. And when you walk into that shop, Pepper, it is, when you go into those really great antique stores where you're like, I don't think anything is for sale in here. That is the vibe in this place. But it is all of these magical artifacts from all these different lands. And they are stuffed onto shelves, and some are on display a little bit nicer than others, and some of them are shoved underneath tables. And as you come in, you hear someone from the back room swear very loudly. And then Stella steps out from the back room. She goes, it's you. I hope you're not here for the diadem.
Oh, no, hi. I was here to talk to you, actually.
Oh, all right. What can I do for you? And you hear another crash and some swearing from the back room. She goes, just ignore those sounds, please.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I'm great at ignoring stuff. Could we talk, in private?
She looks behind her and then nods. I think, yes, that would be best. Let us walk in the gardens.
Oh, nice. Nice. So we're walking through the beautiful gardens.
Yeah, she takes you out. And as you pass through the little bit of district, Sweetwater has these glass ceilings. It's another double high district, a little bit like the Darklamp Canal where you live, Pepper. And high above there are these glass domed ceilings with, it looks like daylight coming through, but obviously you are inside the train, so you know that it is some type of an illusion. But it has kind of the vibe of those indoor marketplaces, with the glass roof, and then there's, there's tall buildings on either side.
Nice.
Stella walks with you through the garden. She says, what can I do for you? Is this business or pleasure?
Pepper grins really big, and she says, well, there's no reason it can't be both. But I actually was wondering if you could tell me about the Piper Lords.
Oh, I hope you're not planning to tangle with them. And before I say anything, you are going to have to roll
what do you want to roll to gather this information?
I was thinking consort. Okay, I got a 5.
Okay, hey, that's pretty darn good. All right. I am going to say you get standard information for that.
Nice.
So Stella sort of snores and goes, ugh. They are a wretched bunch, but they control the moth lights, so she makes sort of a hand gesture.
The whole thing?
Basil Ratmacy. He's a vicious bastard. Head of the Piper Lords and head of the District of Mothlight. Can't say that he rose to that position through legitimate or political means. He is a slippery, slimy bastard, and she just shivers. Horrible to look at.
Jeez.
Interesting.
Have I ever seen him?
No.
Oh, Pepper is imagining literally just like the blob from Spirited Away. So that's pretty much the only thing she can imagine being horrified to look at.
The best thing I can say about the Piper Lords is that they are ruthlessly efficient. They're an up or out sort of organization, except for out means to the porters. They have this whole... She makes an inverted triangle shape with her fingers. This inverted pyramid type thing. You know, they recruit as many people as they can, and then they feed any of those people to the train in order to protect their more senior members. And if those junior members manage to recruit someone underneath them, they can send that person to pay for them. It's distasteful.
It really is. That's horrible.
Yes.
So Pepper frowns, horrified at this idea, obviously thinking of Nod. And she says, people must be really mad at them, no?
No. Unfortunately, it's a fairly standard practice.
What?
I'm surprised that you don't know.
I just got here.
Well, I suppose that's right. Nod brought you on board, didn't he? He would never subscribe to that practice, despite all the pressure he received in the end.
And neither would I. And neither would you. I'm so glad we found each other. And she grabs her hands.
Yes, well. And she sort of pats your hand, but does not agree with your statement.
Pepper doesn't notice.
Well, you aren't planning to do something to the Piper Lords, are you? And you're certainly not planning to join.
Yeah, no, neither of those things, Pepper says. And she, like, looks around. And she's like, anyways, would you want to, like, get, I don't know, a tea or something?
A tea? Yes, actually, that sounds lovely. There's a shop not too far from here. I think they got a new blend in at the last stop.
Oh, well, I love blends. You know me.
I don't know you, but I'd like to.
Well, we fuck in the streets.
Yeah, you
Kidding,
do.
we go to get tea.
Oh my god, and then you fuck in the streets.
And then we
you
fuck
fuck in the street.
outwardly in the street.
Damn.
All right.
Wow.
So Pepper's getting some. Who
Yeah.
wants to go next?
I feel like Valerian should join.
Okay. Are you going to officially join, or are you just going to go try to get some information about joining?
What do you guys think? Should I just try to get information first?
I think it's
guess-
up to you. And
I guess
how,
if I'm gonna
how the
join-
spirit moves you.
If I'm going to join anyways, I guess I'll just go talk to them. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Where's the Piper Lord headquarters? I'm sure they gave me their address.
They don't have necessarily an address, but they have a club that they are based out of called the Rat Scurry. They have a consistent theme.
No, I don't.
And
It's
you can't
so
laugh
funny to
at
me.
it.
No, I'm not. It's funny to me because of how mad I know Valerian is that they're stepping on his
Branding.
IP.
That he's like,
That's his
this was
brand.
my branding. I
He
don't
was
care
like-
that these people were established way before
Yeah,
me.
he does not give a shit.
Yeah.
He's coming in with the intention to take over. He goes to the, what was it, the Rat Scurry?
Yes, the Rat Scurry Club. So, Valerian, the music hits you before you even open the door. It's this thumping electric bass with layered heavy drums and the drone of a piercing horn that alternates with this clear, high voice carrying a wordless melody. It is challenging to listen to.
Inside, the club is dark, with only a few brightly colored phosphorescent lights ringing the ceiling and washing the crowd inside in a black-light glow. The shadow of a rat scurries through these lights every so often as the creatures travel on small ledges and ropes that crisscross the club. You enter the club on the ground floor and look up into a triple-high space. By NEVERNOWHERE standards, this place is cavernous. And when you look up, you see balcony boxes that seat small groups who are carousing and having a good time. Here on the ground floor, there's gambling, card games, dice games, and something played with colored glass balls that are being tossed into a box of black sand. At the back of the club is the stage where the band plays, illuminated by footlights that cast them in a neon pink glow. There's a sparse group in front of the stage, thrashing to the music, and you see someone looking down on them from the most prominent box of seats right above the stage. Someone with piercing red eyes that glow in the darkness.
Valerian looks directly at the eyes.
Yeah, they look back at you. You feel someone grab you by the elbow, and it is Jovis Grist, who you have met a couple of times before. And he says, if it isn't the Emperor finally come to join us, gracing us with his presence at last. Have you come to kiss the ring?
Don't know about kissing any rings, but I've come to educate myself on this establishment, and please, I'm an emperor no longer. It's Valerian now.
All right, if you say so.
Do you have treats for my rat?
Valerian's brought his rat, obviously.
Of course. And Jovis laughs and goes, I'm glad to see you're already playing into the theme, but keep that rat close to you.
Why do you say that?
What the hell?
Well, I suppose you'll see in a minute. Come on. If you're here and you're looking for more information, you better come meet Basil.
All right.
Valerian pats his little rat cage.
Jovis heads to, just underneath that box seat where you made eye contact with the red eyes, and he gestures and a rope ladder is thrown down. The two of you ascend the ladder. You see Basil is there in the box, and you only see him in shadow, but there's something very unsettling about him, his outline. It is squirming and moving. He's wearing a long coat and a big wide-brimmed hat, but he leans forward so that his face is illuminated by a small light on the table in his box. And you see that this man is made up entirely of a swarm of rats.
Whoa.
And
Not hot rat guy.
Big to differ.